Welcome all respected Shrota Sadhakas. In the evening class, we are studying Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana. We are studying Sri Adya Shankara's Prashnottara Ratnamalika in Hindi, earlier one in English. Then we are doing Sankshipta Skanda Purana Payana. All this we are doing to get guided by, blessed by the Parabrahma Tattva, Ishvara Tattva, Jaganmata Tattva, Devata Gana, Guru Gana, Shastra Gana, so that we understand which are the Vyaktitvas we have to develop in us consciously so that our outer life also is safe, secured, successful, inner life also peaceful and happy, contented, and innermost Adhyatmika Pragati of realizing the self also happens. In Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana, first text, we are doing third Utpatthi Prakaranam. In that also, the 11th Sarga. Few of the shlokas we saw, still right from beginning, again we'll start. The name of the Sarga is Paramartha Varnanam. Parama means supreme, Artha means truth, Varnanam means description. The effort by Vaashishtha ji to guide us in the understanding of the Parama Tattva, though it is beyond any of the intellectual understandings. Yet, listening to them repeatedly, contemplating on them repeatedly, not only an idea will come, but with the said sadhanas done, the intuitive intellect will develop for us to even experience that Paramartha Tattva. Thereafter, no samsara anymore. Let us start with our Parayana and then chanting of that Sarga, then Adhyanam of it as much as the divine blesses us. Start. Om. 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 Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Om Sarusibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. Om Yairime Guruvi Purvam Padavakya Pramanatah Vyakhyata Vedanta Satchastraha Tan Nityam Pranatosmyaham. Om Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane. Om Tasmai Shri Gurave Vasishta Munaye Nityam Namaskurmahe Vishwamitra Munim Sharanyamanagham Bhuyo Namasyamyaham Tasmai Valmikaye Shri Gurutama Gurave Bhuri Bhavairnatasmaha Purnananda Swabhavaha Swajana Hitakrute Mayayopattakaya Karunyaduddidir Shurjanamanavaratam Mohapanke Nimagnam Avishyantarvasishtam Bahiravikalayan Shishyabhavam Vitene Yasamvadena Shastramruta Jaladimamum Ramachandram Prapadye Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvataitam Gaganasadrusham Tatumasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshyutam Bhavataitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Om Parabrahmane Shruti MAATRE Samasta Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidyacharibhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Devatabhyo Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha. Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha. Sri Vasishta Vishwamitra Valmiki Vedavyasa Vamadeva Naradadi Brahma Vidya Acharyebhyo Namaha. Sankalvaha Tesham Sarvesham Krupanugrahena Upanishad Yoga Vasishta Maharamayinokta Brahmatmaikya Bodhena Asmin Kshane Eva Moksha कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थम श्रुति स्मृति पुराण इतिहास संतवांग्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थम तत्रोक्त ऋषि मुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रह अनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्मस्य विश्व व्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम अस्मिन् सनातन संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत शिव कृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय भूभागादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थना दीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रूणां शाश्वत रूपेण समूल निर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणात् आरभ्य वैदिक हिंदू संस्कृतेः सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्ष धर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्व संरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थं अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवत देवता गुरु शास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृ देश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्र मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यत्र सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभाति अवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम परमार्थ वर्णनं नाम 11 सर्गः। पारायणम्। Let's do the Parayanam of 11 Sargah. Sri Rama Uvacha Idam Rupam Idam Drishyam Jagannasthiti Bhasuram Mahapralaya Sampraptau Brahman Kveva Tishtati. Sri Vasishtha Uvacha Kuta Ayati Kidrugva Vandhya Putraha Kva Gacchati Kvayati Kuta Ayati Vadava Vyomakananam. Sri Rama Uvacha वंध्या पुत्रो व्योमवनं नैवास्ति न भविष्यति कीदृशी दृश्यता तस्य कीदृशी तस्य नास्तिता। श्री वसिष्ठ उवाच वंध्या पुत्र व्योमवने यथा नस्तः कदाचन जगदादि अखिलं दृश्यं तथा नास्ति कदाचन न चोत्पन्नं न च ध्वंसी यत्किलादौ न विद्यते उत्पत्तिः कीदृशी तस्य नाश शब्दस्य का कथा। श्रीराम उवाच वंध्या पुत्र नभो वृक्ष कल्पना तावदस्ति हि सा यथा नाश जन्माढ्या तथैवेदं न किं भवेत्। श्री वसिष्ठ उवाच तुल्यस्यातुलदुस्तस्य सत्ता तथैव हि यथा सौवर्णकटके दृश्यमानमिदं स्फुटं कटकत्वं तु नैवास्ति जगत्त्वं न तथा परे। आकाशे च यथा नास्ति शून्यत्वं व्यतिरेकवत् जगत्त्वं ब्रह्मणि तथा नास्त्येवापि उपलब्धिमत्। कज्जलान्न यथा कार्ष्ण्यं शैत्यं च न यथा हिमात् पृथक् एवं भवेत् बुद्धं जगत् नास्ति परे पदे। यथा शैत्यं न शशिनः न हिमात् व्यतिरिच्यते ब्रह्मणो न तथा सर्गः विद्यते व्यतिरेकवान्। मरुनद्यां यथा तोयं द्वितीयेन्दौ यथेन्दुता नास्त्येवेह जगन्नाम दृष्टमपि अमलात्मने आदावेव हि यन्नास्ति कारणासम्भवात् स्वयं वर्तमानेऽपि तन्नास्ति नाशः स्यात् तत्र कीदृशः क्वा सम्भवत् भूतजाड्यं पृथ्व्यादेर्जडवस्तुनः कारणं भवितुं शक्तं छायायाश्चातको यथा कारणाभावतः कार्यं नेदं तत्किञ्चनोदितं यत्तत् कारणमेवास्ति तदेवेत्थमवस्थितम् अज्ञानमेव यद्भाति संविदाभासमेव ततो यज्जगद्दृश्यते स्वप्ने संवित् क्वचनमेव ततो संवित् क्वचनमेवान्तर यथा स्वप्ने जगत् भ्रमः सर्गादौ ब्रह्मणि तथा जगत् क्वचनमाततम् यदिदं दृश्यते किंचित् सदैवात्मनि संस्थितं नास्तमेति न चोदेति जगत् किंचित् कदाचन यथा द्रवत्वं सलिलं स्पन्दनं पवनो यथा यथा प्रकाश आभासः ब्रह्मैव त्रिजगत् तथा यथा पुरमिवास्तेऽन्तर्विदेव स्वप्नसंविदः तथा जगत् इवा भाति स्वात्मैव परमात्मनि श्रीराम उवाच एवं चेत् तत् कथं ब्रह्मन् सुघन प्रत्ययं वद इदं दृश्यविषं जातम् असत् स्वप्नानुभूतिवतो सति दृश्ये किल द्रष्टा सति द्रष्टरिदृश्यता एकसत्त्वे द्वयोर्बन्धो मुक्तिरेकक्षये द्वयोः अत्यन्तासम्भवो यावत् बुद्धो दृश्यस्य न क्षयः तावत् द्रष्टरि दृश्यत्वं न संभवति मोक्षधीः दृश्यं चेत् संभवति आदौ पश्चात् क्षयमुपालभेत् तद्दृश्यस्मरणानर्थ रूपो बन्धो न शाम्यति यत्र क्वचन संस्थस्य स्वादर्शस्येव चिद्गतेः प्रतिबिम्बो लगत्येव सर्वस्मृतिमयो हि अलम् आदावेव हि नोत्पन्नं दृश्यं नास्त्येव चेत् स्वयं द्रष्टृदृश्य स्वभावत्वात् तत्सम्भवति मुक्तता तस्मात् असम्भवन्मुक्तेर्मम प्रोत्सार्य युक्तिभिः अत्यन्तासम्भवो यावत् कथय आत्मविदां वर श्रीवसिष्ठ उवाच असदेव सदा भाति जगत् सर्वात्मकं यथा शृण्वहं कथयाराव दीर्घया कथयामि ते व्यवसाय कथावाक्यैर्यावत् तत्रानुवर्णितं न विश्राम्यति ते तावत् हृदि पांसुर्यथा ह्रदे अत्यन्ताभावमस्याः त्वं जगत्सर्गभ्रमस्थितेः बुद्धैकध्याननिष्ठात्मा व्यवहारं करिष्यसि भावाभावग्रहोत्सर्ग स्थूलसूक्ष्मचलाचलाः दृश्यस्त्वां वेदयिष्यन्ति दुषस्त्वां वेदयिष्यन्ति न महाद्रिमिवेशवः स एषोऽस्त्येक एवात्मा न द्वितीयास्ति कल्पना जगदत्र यथोत्पन्नं तथेतत्ते वक्ष्यामि राघव तस्मादिमानि सकलानि विजृम्भितानि सोऽपीदमङ्गसकला सकलं महात्मा रूपावलोकनमनोमनन प्रकारा कारास्पदं स्वयमुदेति विलीयते च इति आर्षे वासिष्ठमहारामायणे वाल्मीकीये उत्पत्तिप्रकरणे परमार्थवर्णनं नाम 11 सर्गः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्रीराम जय राम जय जय राम। 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 जय जय राम जय जय राम। ओम श्रीराम शरणं मम। श्रीराम शरणं मम। श्रीरामायण शरणं मम। श्रीरामायण शरणं मम। श्रीवसिष्ठ शरणं मम। श्रीवशिष्ठ शरणं मम। श्रीविश्वामित्र शरणं मम। श्रीविश्वामित्र शरणं मम। श्रीवाल्मीकि शरणं मम। श्रीवाल्मीकि शरणं मम। श्रीनारद शरणं मम। Shri Narada Sharanam Mama, Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama, Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama, Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama, Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama, Shri Rama Sharanam Mama, Shri Rama Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama. Friends, Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana Shastram teaching us Brahma Vidya through 6 Prakaranams. Vairagya Prakaranam, Mumukshu Vyavahara Prakaranam, Utpatthi Prakaranam, Sthiti Prakaranam, Upashama Prakaranam, Nirvana Prakaranam. Total 32,000 slokas. Vairagya Prakaranam we have studied. Mumukshu Vyavahara Prakaranam we have seen. Now the third Utpatti Prakaranam we are studying. It has 122 sargas. We have done the 10th sarga. Even 11th we started, but again we are studying. In all these shastras, the jnanam given has to be very attentively heard, has to be contemplated upon. First of all, to understand what exactly is said. Then to experience that self that is said, whatever the sadhana said, that also has to be practiced. That is how one experiences the truth, reality, thereby gets liberated from the untruth and unreal. So, through the Shastra, through the Vedanta, through Adhyatmikata, you and I from the samsari, suffering, jiva, bhava, go into the mukta Brahma Anubhava. Is it clear? So even understand it clearly, so much time we have to spend in listening from our gurus with utmost shraddha. We are doing that, trying to keep our shraddhas intact, trying to listen. The next step of after listening, manana chintana we do, definitely the knowledge intellectual will dawn. Spashtarupen. Then with the respective sadhana done, anubhuti also is guaranteed. Isn't it? Sometimes for the physical diseases, there may not be even medication. One may have to even die. For financial problems, sometimes there may not be solutions that somebody may remain throughout life in poverty only. But in Vedanta is a if truly we follow the Guru's instructions in the gaining of Siddhanta Jnanam and in doing the sadhana, definitely the Brahmanubhuti, Atmanubhuti happens, giving us the moksha. If it is not happening, the problem is with us in our study and understanding, not in the Guru, in the Shastra Jnanam. Be very clear. Now, we are studying the 11th Sarga. We have chanted it. It has 33 mantras. The name of this Sarga is PARAMAARTHA. The description for contemplation of the Paramaartha, the supreme truth, which is beyond this entire familiar world of names and forms, which is the substratum for this familiar world of Stula Sukshma Karana Vyashti Samashti. Correct? Here it starts with Sri Rama's Prashna. He continues asking questions based on what he heard from the Guru in the 10th Sarga. Guru is Sri Vaashishtha ji, Shishya is Bhagwan, Sri Ramachandra ji. Sandarbha is in the Ayodhya Nagari. After Sri Rama's Tirthayatra, he gets extreme Vairagya, totally disinterested in any of the worldly activities. Vishwamitra ji comes and brings Vaashishtha ji and Sri Rama together as Guru and Shishya. Then Vaashishtha ji, Vishwamitra ji, both of them ask Sri Rama's position. Sri Rama then explains his position in so many sargas. Seeing all that, Vaashishtha ji understands that he is in Parama Vairagya Sthiti and he deserves the Tattva Jnana, Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. That's how, from the second Mumuksha Vyavahara Prakarana, halfway, the Tattva Jnana, the Brahma Jnana, Sri Vaashishtha ji starts giving to Ramaji. Sri Ramji by listening only, understanding, and wherever, whatever The doubts he is getting, he is asking. Guru Maharaj is answering them. That's how Sri Rama's knowledge is becoming deeper, stronger about the truth. Then whatever the sadhanas said will be done by Rama when he realizes himself to be the Brahma Tattva. Though the Rama is that alone, but all this Leela for all of us. Clear? Now Sri Rama Uvacha. Sri Ramji is asking a question. Idam Rupam Idam Drishyam Jagannastiti Bhasuram Mahapralaya Sampraptau Ho Brahman Kveva Tishtati. Hey Brahman, O Lord, Idam Rupam Idam Drishyam Jagat. Drishyam Jagat, which is experienced by us as Idam, entire of this. Mahapralaya Sampraptau. When the Mahapralaya happens, na asti iti bhasuram. It will not be there. Is very clearly understood, accepted by me. But hey Brahman, kve avatishtati, then where it goes and stays, if it is not in the manifested form. The entire Jagat, which is Drishyam, which is Idam Rupam. The whole Jagat we see. And the scene is always called Drishyam. Therefore, Jagat is Drishyam. And always Drishyam is the Idam for the Drashta. So for me, the Aham Drashta. This entire Jagat Drishyam is Idam. So this Idam Rupam Drishya Jagat, where Avatishtadi stays, in the Mahapralaya Sampattav. It is not as it is now, it will disappear, but where it goes to stay in. This is a question. Now, answer of Vaashishtha ji to this question, very thought-provoking, very contemplative, very sublime. So, in our first round of this maturity of ours, we'll try our best to understand. 10, 11 rounds when we study this topic, contemplate also what exactly Vaashishtha ji is teaching, we will be able to grasp. We will try. Shri Vaashishtha Uvacha. The Guru Vaashishtha ji is speaking. Om Shri Vaashishtha Maharshibhyo Namaha. He says, instead of answering it directly, he is making Rama himself think and contemplate. For making Rama to think and contemplate, he is giving two examples. In those two examples also, he is telling those examples by asking questions. Then when the questions are asked by the Guru Vaashishtha himself, Rama thoughtfully gives answers. Having heard those answers, Vaashishtha says, same like this is the answer to your question, that where this Jagat stays in the Mahapralaya Samaya. Idam Rupa Drishya Jagat. So the answer of Vaashishtha ji is in the form of a question. He asks Rama, Kuta ayati, from where it comes, Ki drugva, what sort of it is, what sort is it of, what type it is of. Who? Vandhyaputra. Vandhyaputra, the barren woman's son. Kutaha ayati, where from he came or he comes. Ki drugva, what sort of, what type he is of. Then agachati, where he goes. Where from he comes, what sort he is of, what type he is of, where he goes. Vandhyaputra. You uttered a word. Vandhyaputra. You can, in the mind, make an idea. Just because a word is uttered, an idea is made in the mind. But actually, are these three things possible? That the Vandhyaputra came from somewhere and he looks like this and he went somewhere. See the beauty of that example given. One example. Question kar rahe Vaashishtha. Second, in the same way, second is Vyoma the space forest. Vyoma is Akash. Kananam is the Vana. So Akasha Vana, the space forest. That also Koyati, Kuta Ayati. Where from it comes, where it goes, how it looks like, the Vyoma also. So Vyoma is a word uttered. Accordingly, an idea you can make in your mind. But factually, actually, from where it comes, that Vyoma the space forest, how it looks like, and where it goes. Two questions asked. The one about Vandhyaputra, where from he comes, how he looks like, where he goes. Vyoma where from it comes, how it looks like, where it goes. Now, what is our contemplation? Because the object can never be there, then the questions, where from it comes, how it looks like, where it goes, they become redundant. If at all they are there, only in our words, only in our mental concepts. Therefore, these two questions are asked by Vaashishtha to convey the answer to Rama, that in the same way, like the Vandhyaputra, like the Vyoma is the entire Jagat. That it is only word, it is only mind's projection. Therefore, it is never real. Therefore, neither it comes from anywhere, nor it is of any real sort, real form it is, never it goes anywhere. See that the sublimity of this knowledge and the difficulty in you and I to understand and accept it, because so realistically this world we are experiencing, isn't it? That's the beauty of Vedanta. There's a toughness also in the Vedanta, and that is a hard work of contemplation to be done by the Vedantic student. For his Tattva thereby dissolution of the entire world, thereby the liberation, moksha. Because the problem, the bandhana is from this Jagat only. So to this question of Sri Vashishtha that where from the Vandhyaputra came, how he looks like, where he goes, where from the Akasha Kanana comes, how it looks like, where it goes. Contemplate karke, Sri Rama is answering. Sri Rama uvacha. What is Rama's answer? Vandhyaputro Vyomavanam Naivasti na bhavishyati Kidrushi drishyata tasya Kidrushi tasya nastita. See, while giving the reply to Guru's question, Sri Rama himself is again asking a question to Vaashishtha, as if asking the Guru, how come you ask that a question? Such a question. See, Vandhyaputraha, the child of a Vandhya, barren woman, Vyomhavanam, the Akasha jungle, forest, Naivasti, it was never there in the past. Now also it is not there. Na bhavishyati, in future also it will not be there. Therefore, tasya drishyata kidrushi. Then how can it be seen when it was not there in past, nor in the present, will never be in the future? How can it be drishya seen? When it is not drishya seen, where from it comes, how it looks like? These two questions are also meaningless or redundant. Therefore, tasya nastita. Then it disappears or goes away. Also is a meaningless sentence. Neither it was there, nor in the future it will be there. Such one is never drishya. Then about its arrival, departure, these questions are meaningless, O Guru. You can say a word, Vandhyaputra, a sentence. You can say a word, Akasha Vanam, Vyoma Vanam, Vyoma Kananam. But just because you are saying it, just because you are imagining it, can that corresponding vastu be real? We are uttering, we are making a concept in our mind. Because of these two, is it that really that vastu exists? If it doesn't exist, how can its arrival, its nature or form, how it looks like, and its departure, how can you talk about it? See that example. Vandhyaputra Vyomakana. Naivasti na bhavishyati. Rama says, it was never there in the past, nor in present, nor future. Kidrushi drishyata tasya. Then how can it be seen? Drishyata nahi hai usme. If it something is drishya, seen by me, then only the question where from it came, how it looks like, where is he going or where it is going. These questions are valid. This is Rama's answer. You got the answer, my dear Rama? Yeah, same is the answer to your question. This is what you have to realize. On the deep meditational contemplative seat, which will be discussed in this very sarga towards the end by Vaashishtha, once we apprehend the reality, from its standpoint, when we see the whole Jagat was never there, will never be there. Then what is there, sir? Brahman only. Because of you not having the Brahma Jnana, that you are imagining this Jagat. Somebody said, others said, it went on being spoken like that, and everybody started accepting. Just because of the acceptance of majority, the untruth cannot become truth. The truth cannot be untruth. Same in the morning Upanishad class, Gita class also. Na asataha vidyate bhavaha, even though the whole world is talking about it. Na abhavaha vidyate sataha, even though the whole world is not talking about it. Whole world is not talking about Sat. It doesn't make the Sat Asat. So the whole world is thinking, talking, describing or discussing or living in the Asat. Because of that, the Asat will not become Sat. असत का भाव नहीं होता, सत का भाव नहीं होता. देखो देखो देखो, this is what, as we are listening, we have to internalize it. Close the eyes, contemplate on these knowledges again and again, again and again. We have to be in that mood only, like a medical scientist, always contemplating on the formula or the combination of various drugs for neutralizing those bacteria. He goes on contemplating with his existing knowledge. So that particular disease was caused by these germs. So these germs were eliminated by these particular antibiotics. Now the new mutated germs are having also these new lakshanas. So these lakshanas were neutralized by us by that other medicine. So the earlier and this medicine, can we combine? Can we add something more to avoid these side effects? See the pharmacologist or that particular medical profession, how he contemplates. Or an economist, a visionary, the whole country population 148, 143 or 4 crores, it will increase. So there should be finances sufficient for the whole country. It should not go into poverty. So how to make it? The economist. How to generate the economy? Isn't it? How to avoid that poverty? He goes on thinking. A team of people, they come together, put their points. For next 25 years, 50 years, the country should be run like this to stabilize the economy. What a deep contemplation goes on. Anything for that matter, that is. In the same way, Vedanti has to deeply contemplate on this explained truths, the knowledges. Now, Rama's question, Vasishtha's answer in the form of question. Rama answered and again he questioned as if. What was Rama's question? कीदृशी दृश्यता तस्य? अरे, ये कभी था नहीं, कभी रहेगा नहीं. So how can it be visualized if the visualization or seeing of this is not there? Because it's never exists. कीदृशी तस्य नास्तिता. Therefore, उसका दृश्यता है ही नहीं, तो उसका नास्तित्व भी कैसा होगा? Again contemplate. Take one example. Vantya Putra. Never there was Putra to Vandya. Never will be in future. Then where from he has come? What sort of nature he is? Where will he go? How can the questions be there? So to the Akashavanam is a Shabda. You may picturize it in the mind. But such thing never can exist. Therefore, it is never Drishya. Therefore, where from it came, where it stays, where it goes, the question is redundant. So the Rama's question is, where the Drishya Jagat goes in Mahapralaya. The answer to this is next shloka. To answer it only, the examples were given and Rama was made to contemplate. Vaashishtha ji is answering now. Shri Vaashishtha Uvacha. So you got the idea, Rama. Let me explain. Vandhyaputra Vyomavane. The Vandhyaputra, the barren woman's son. Vyomavana, the sky, forest. Akashavana. Yatha nastaha kadachana. As they were never in the past, nor will they be in future. You understood the example? In the same way, Jagadadi Akhilam Drishyam, the entire Drishya, which you are seeing as Jagat, or entire Jagat, which you are seeing as Drishya. Jagat Adi means Jagat, Jiva, Ishvara, and that Drishyas Janma, the Drishyas modifications, the Drishyas destruction, etc. Tata Nasti Kadachana. Jagadadi Akhilam Drishyam Tata Nasti Kadachana. The entire Drishya Jagat also, never ever it was there, like the Vandhyaputra and Vyoma Vana or Karana. Again he is explaining. Nacha Utpannam, it was never born, created. Nacha Dvamsi, therefore never it is dying or destroyed. Yat Kila. Why? Adav Navidye. Because in the beginning it was never there. Therefore, Utpatti Kidrushi Tasya. What to talk about its Utpatti or creation? Nasha Shabdasya Ka Katha. When the discussion of its creation itself is redundant, then what do you mean by the word its destruction? Utpatti Kidrushi Tasya Nasha Shabdasya Ka Katha of this Jagat. See, this is the Vedanta. It's only in our not listening, contemplating, understanding this knowledge, and contrarily living lives together in this delusion that the Jagat is real, that the Jagat is real for us. Actually, it was never created, never it will be destroyed. And these things are more clearly, detailed explained in Mandukya Upanishad with Karikas in second, third Sargas. Vivarta Prakaranam as well as the third one, Advaita Prakaranam. What is it is? Simple. Brahman alone is there. In the non-realization of the Brahman called as Avidya, the Utpanna Mana out of that Avidya has projected this world. Like the laser show, how realistic it appears even though it is not there. Just because it is seen, do you say it is there? In the same way, just because we are involving in this entire Jagat, not necessarily that it is real. When it is not real, it's creation, it's destruction. Both are meaningless questions and explanations. Again, I am reading Vandhyaputra Vyomavane Yatha Nastaha Kadachana. You only said, Rama, on my question that never were there the Vandhyaputra and Vyomavana. You may talk about it, you may describe about it. While describing, you can feel also in the mind. But never they were there. In the same way, Jagadadi Akilam Drishyam Tata Nasti Kadach. The entire Drishya Jagat of Jagrat Sapna, anything it is, never it was there. Nacha Utpannam, never created. Nacha Dvamsi, never destroyed. Brahman alone is imagined in that form, out of Avidya and Maya. Like wood alone is seen by us as the chair or table. Actually, chair and table are never there. Never they are created. What do you mean by creation? How the chair or table from the wood? See, after that, the wood should not be there. Or the wood and chair should be two separate things. Creation means from the Karana, the Karya should come. Cause is the wood, Karana, the chair is a effect, the cause, Karya. Okay. Now, is the Karana the wood still there in the wood, in the chair? Yeah. Does it mean therefore the wood destroyed? No. Has it become something else? No. Is the still remaining? Wood is? Yeah. Then where is chair? Two things to cannot be there. So the chair is kalpita on the wood without changing the wood. For making the example is going to understand. But in case of this example, the wood is cut, it is sawed, then it is made into pieces, then it is glued with gum and nailed. So many prakriyas happen. Then the chair. In case of Brahman, even these also are never done. That Brahman is cut into various sizes and pieces, then assembled so that the entire Rupanamatmaka Jagat has come. See that? The Sat Chit Rupa Brahman remaining intact. In the ignorance of him, our own mind has projected. Means the rope remaining rope intact. In the ignorance of the rope, or because of the ignorance of the rope, my own mind has projected on the rope the snake with its hoods, with its tail, with its skin, with its fangs, with its visha, poison, with its sliminess, all of them, my mind. That's why, by the correct guidance given by the one who has already seen the rope as rope, when I also apprehend the rope, reality the rope is apprehended or seen, my own mind imagined snake with all its aspects gone. Now the example is valid half only. What is it? The snake is seen on the rope. We are not believing the rope. The Jagat is seen on the Brahman. We are taking the Jagat as real, the snake Sthaniya. And the Brahman, the Rajju Sthaniya, we are not able to understand. The Guru Upadesha through Shastras is this only. That Upadesha we have to use in our state of contemplation. On the deep contemplated heated, we will discover the rope as rope. That is the Satchit Brahma. The moment rope is seen, where is the snake? With all its parts and hissing and frightening. Once the reality is seen, where is the Jagat? With all its Rupanama and Akvarshana. Are getting how Vedanta guides us. But for us to understand it, that much amount of listening, contemplating, creating that mode in us required. Like a one who has to write a good poem or a cinema song, very wonderful. He can't do it amidst his own members in the family, the in-laws, the outlaw, the children, grandchildren, with whom he has lot of disturbances, obligations, all of them. So what he does every day 2 hours or maybe for a week, taking permission from all, he goes to an isolated, secluded place, then remembers the theme on which he has to write that song, goes on writing it, 100 ways he goes on changing, modifying. Finally, after 1 week, comes out with a beautiful song, fitting to that particular situation. In the same way, you and I, in the din and roar of tumultuous yuddha-like roar of the world outside and inside, and our involvement in it, cannot contemplate on this truth and its knowledge. That's why, knowing this very well, the Rishi Munis, before they became a Rishi Muni, taking permission from all those, getting freed from all the obligations, they used to go to Guru Gurukula or Ashram or Gufa. They also do the contemplation on these things. In the heated contemplation, like that the lyricist could write the poem or lyrics or song, he also understands deeply what is said and realizes also. So he came out with a beautiful song composed. He comes with the experience of the truth, from where standpoint the entire Jagat is the truth alone, not as it is seen by all of us. That is not true. He sees everything other than Brahman as Kalpita on Brahman. He doesn't value it. Therefore, they won't get samsara to him. A Jnani knowing the Brahman, a Jnani knowing other than Brahman everything is Mithya, no more gets bound by it. That's the only solution. You know, what's the solution to come out of the fear of snake? Only when you know the rope, thereafter, when the snake is known to be never existing, that the snake fear goes. So too, only the Brahman is known, after which the whole Jagat is appearance only, never existing really. When it comes, then all our holds on the Jagat, which were creating samsara through Raga Dvesha, they all fizzle out. Like when you see the snake, there is Bhaya and Dvesha. The moment rope is seen, it goes away. When you see the silver on the shore, there is Raga. But when you know that it is only a shell, not the silver, immediately the Raga towards that goes away. When you say the world is real, then only Raga Dvesha to the world. When we know it is Kalpita, the Raga Dvesha and consequent samsara just gets fizzled out. As we told in the example, the fruits were said. Which fruit you want? Give me the apple, I like it. Raga. But there is a kela also I want to give you. No, 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 I don't like it. Desh. Anyway, I am bringing to you. That whole plate is brought, fruits in front of him. This person just touched it. The moment he touched it, he came to know that it is plastic fruits, not the real. The moment he realizes them, they are not real, kalpita, will he have raga for the apple, which is kalpita? Will he have the dvesha for the banana, which is kalpita? Isn't it? Both of them, raga, dvesha, go away because those fruits are not real. So too, when you see the reality, the plastic, the fruits are unreal, no raga, dvesha. So too, when you see the reality, the Brahman, the whole Rupanama Jagat being unreal, there is no raga, dvesha, there is no samsara. This is what is being conveyed to us by the realized saints. Sri Ramji is asking questions, Vaashishtha is answering. Here the deeper questions answers. Where will the Jagat go during Mahapralaya? He says it never came from anywhere, therefore it will never go anywhere. Why? Because it is never real from the standpoint of reality. Just like the Vandhyaputra is never there, therefore the question of where from he came, what sort of nature he is, and where will he go are redundant questions. Just like the Akasha Kanana can never be a real object, therefore it can never come from anywhere nor goes anywhere. So from the absolute Brahman standpoint, Jagat never created, never is there, never goes. Therefore Srishti Sthiti Pralaya of the Jagat is Kalpita, not Satya. That's the Utpatthi Prakaranam's main theme. उत्पत्ति प्रकरण में जगत का उत्पत्ति के बारे में बता रहे कि जगत कभी उत्पन्न नहीं हुआ, दिख रहा है. The whole Vedantic discussion is based on these two things. One, created. Second, appeared or manifested. We all think it's created, but on deeper analysis as guided by the Guru, we know that it's not created, but it is appearance. Very simple it is. The two examples. From the parents, son is created. Child is different, parents are different. This is one example. In this way, from the Paramatma, the Jagat is not created. Here, in case of parents and child, once the child is born, without parents also the child can be alive, grow, live independently. How many of child trafficking may? In one day only the child is taken and sold somewhere. World में इतने सारे होते हैं. In a moment's time. Taken somewhere without these parents parent who are creators, he can survive. They are separate. But the other example of the ornaments created from the gold, are they same? Is the ornament created from the gold is it like the child created out of parents? That The child can exist without parents. Is that the way that the ornament can exist without the gold? See the question. No, he cannot. One. Question two. Where is the gold in ornament? Everywhere. If everywhere gold alone is there, then where is the ornament? Think. In the same way, when from the Sat Brahma the Jagat came. Okay. Now from this Jagat which came, has the Sat gone away? Cannot go away, because if the Sat goes away, the Jagat becomes Asat only. Means from the created ornament, if the gold goes away, where will the ornament stay? So too, from the Jagat created, the Sat has not gone, you have to accept. Next question. Where is the Sat in the Jagat? Take every object, micro, macro. Look for Sat, where is it in it? You will find that everywhere the Sat is there. Like a book. In the book, existence is there. Where is the existence in the book? Means everywhere. In the front page, existence is there. In all middle pages, the existence is there. In the closing place also, ending place, page, existence is there. If in the book, everywhere the existence is there. In every panna, in every akshara written on the book, then where is the book is there? That's the contemplation. Then the existence alone, by our misguided upadhis, seen as the book, imagined as the book, projected as the book, and that book has the vyavaharik value. वही हमको फंसा रहा है. Just because of vyavaharika utility, we take it as real. No, apply this principle in everything. हम व्यवहार को लेकर चीज को परमार्थिक मान रहे, लेकिन पारमार्थिक दृष्टि से देखो तो परमात्मा whose nature is Sat and Chit alone is there everywhere. Because without Sat and Chit, the thing cannot be. In that thing, everything. Like a phone as a whole, in that Sat and Chit. And in this phone, every micro part also has got Sat and Chit in it. Rather, in the Sat and Chit only, the micro parts, the macro phone, all are projected. And it appears so realistic. Not only a phone, the eye which sees the phone, the hand which is touching it, the mouth which is talking about it. All these upadhis also are existence. On the pure existence only, the upadhis are also created, projected. The objects also projected. The knower also projected. And all of them are taken by us as real. What Vedanta says, reality is alone real, all of them are projected at the most, they are not real. Then you can talk about kalpita and vikalpita, not about created and destroyed. So Jagat is not created nor destroyed. It is kalpita and it is vikalpita. And it is imagined projected on the substratum, and that projection imagination is rejected. It, but not real. How much ever solid it may appear. Like in a movie, how much ever solid the scenes appear, the background music, the dialogues, the war or the fighting that's happening, how much it is realistic. But contemplate karo. Is there any iota of it real? So to the example of swapna, how much real it appears when we are in dream. But बाहर आकर देखो कहाँ है वो जगत स्वप्न का, कहाँ है वो दोस्त, कहाँ है दुश्मन, कहाँ वह दोनों के बीच में प्यार या लड़ाई, उससे उत्पन्न हुआ सुख दुख. Where are they? In that way the whole jagat is. हम उसको पकड़ के रखे हैं वासनाओं के कारण, डिजायर्स के कारण. इसलिए इस ज्ञान को हम ठुकरा रहे हैं. Keep away vasanas and desires, quieten the mind, which is called purity of the mind. Then this knowledge can be heard, contemplated, understood. Like this boy is too much in infatuation or attachment to the girl. अब कुछ भी बोले वो सुनेगा नहीं, because he is conditioned. Isn't it? Boy and girl, whoever them. But if he is unbiased, then he'll give a ear listen. Then telling that, no, we have better girl to looking for you, more beautiful than this girl, more educated also, more greater family. He can listen if his mind is unbiased. अगर उसमें फंसा है तो ये से तुम मुझे पूरा ब्रिटिश एम्पायर के महारानी को भी ले आओ. I reject her. I want to marry only this. And this is hyped and projected in all the movies as true love and all. ये तो बेवकूफी है सरासर. But the cinema वाले project कर सकते देखो, for the sake of that girl, he has even sacrificed the queen of the kingdom. अरे मूर्ख है वो, and you are projecting. In the projected movie, again the stupid things are projected. If you have little common sense, है ना? There is one girl who is less rich, another more rich, less beautiful, more beautiful, less educated, more educated, less understanding, more. अब दोनों में common sense इतना भी है, whom will you select? You will select that only, na? But this fellow will not. Why? He is not thinking why his mind is conditioned in the mind. Then he will utter his own language. If you want to see the beauty of that girl, look with my eyes. Everything is kachra nonsense. But do you think he will listen? He will marry, then he will stay throughout life. And all in that poverty, frustration, he will suffer. Still he will go on justifying. The worst thing in life is we justify our stupidity, which we practice thoroughly in the Vyavahara and we continue it in spirituality. Means in trying to discriminate between the real and unreal, we continue the same stupidity. Well, how do we say? Whatever you say, Swamiji, this satsang and all not required to me. I'm very happy watching TV. I'm very happy going with my friends to the movie. I'm very happy to loiter here and there. This is what they justify. And they throughout the life they justify. That oldies, the retired fellows, when they come in front and tell me, Swamiji, morning, I go for jogging, yoga, pranayam, ha. And throughout the day, I go to this club and that. And the evening, when they say, we with my friends sit in that place and talk about everything, right from Pakistan to Afghanistan to the again started the Israeli attack on Gaza up to the somebody coming from ISS. We talk on that. I mean, to Vedanta, even all this talk, how nonsensical it appears. But do you think he will agree it? And he will justify it. And he will die with that ignorance considered as knowledge one day. You will die with that only. To that person, the discussion about the truth, the reality, the Paramatman, the Atman, the Brahman, spiritual, oblivion only. Because it's conditioned. You and I also are conditioned by samsara. Therefore, we are not ready for sadhana or adhyatmikata. अब करे क्या? जो available है, the Gurus will teach them. Right? Rama was available, he taught. Luckily, along with Rama, the entire Ayodhya was seated there. How many of them heard like Rama and realized like Rama? Debatable. Well, it's personal. Right, friends? Now, Sri Ramji, having heard this, he will again answer. भाई वंद्यापुत्र जगत इस आकाश कानन का कल्पना तो हो रहा है ना. So we are doing kalpana and vikalpana. So too the jagat can be there that way. For that, the Bhagavan Vaashishtha ji gives another way of explaining. ठीक है, तुमको ऐसा वाला explanation करना है कि कल्पित किया गया है, तो हम कहते हैं ठीक है, करो. But then can the kalpana exist without substratum? No. Therefore, take it as substratum. And this is the solution. Either reject the whole world and realize the Brahman, or accept the whole Brahman as accept the whole Jagat as Brahman only. In either case, there is solution. In fact, it's one only, put it in two forms. Reject all the furniture and see only the wood, which is the reality, substratum in all. Or see the wood alone in all chairs, even though you use them. Don't say chair is real. Say the Brahman appearing as chair for utility. In either case, reject not the Brahman, accept not or give not reality to the Jagat. This is the guidance. If you can understand it, you are really near to the truth. Thank you. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Tatsat Brahmarpanam Astu. May this knowledge enter into our bosom. May we contemplate on it, realize it. Now come back for Hindi class for 10-20 minutes.